So there is this famous vlogger, YouTube vlogger called David Bond, and he made a video about why the GoPro is a perfect vlogging camera. And to be honest, I have a different opinion, because I realized you don't need a GoPro. You already have the best vlogging camera. If you have an iPhone 13 Pro or an iPhone 14 Pro, you don't need any other camera. So I want to share a few points while I'm walking around here in Melaka on why the iPhone is the perfect vlogging setup and not an action camera and not your Canon camera for $2,000. So the first reason, the most obvious reason, is that if you walk around with a vlogging camera, your usual vlogging camera, you attract a lot of attention. Like, a lot of people will look at you and they will immediately notice you, and they will act differently, and they will maybe even ask you to turn off the camera. So you don't want that. You don't want any attention if you are vlogging. So of course you can make the point that the GoPro also has this advantage. But there are many things that a GoPro doesn't have that an iPhone has. And also the GoPro still attracts more attention than a phone. Because if you're walking around with just a phone, nothing else than a phone, and maybe like a microphone like this one, nobody will look at you. Like, it's so normal in our modern days that we walk around recording things with our phones that nobody will care. But I have a action camera with me here in Malaysia. I have a Osmo action camera, and I noticed that people, even if it's just a small camera, they will look at you. And it's just better to take the phone instead. So the second reason why the iPhone is a perfect vlogging camera is you can add additional bokeh. Like, if you want to have a blurry vision for whatever reason, like what is even the reason to make your background blurry? Like, do you just want to see my face? You don't want to see this river behind me? Why? Like, just stop. Just don't do that. But even if you want to, you can at this point use artificial bokeh on iPhone 13 Pro or iPhone 14 Pro. So even that advantage, that is not even a real advantage, is no more. So the third reason that I think the iPhone is a perfect vlogging camera is that you have crazy good image stabilization. Of course, the GoPro image stabilization is better than the iPhone's image stabilization. But who cares? Like, the iPhone already has better image stabilization than most DSLM cameras, and it's good enough for everyone. The fourth reason why the iPhone is a perfect vlogging camera is you can choose different focal lengths. You can do like a wide angle shot, you can do 1x zoom, 3x zoom, 5x zoom, 10x zoom, whatever you want. And you can switch between them on the go while you're recording. You can't do that on an action camera, and usually you can also not do that on DSLM. So reason number 5 is you have the iPhone already with you. You don't need any additional equipment. You don't need even a small camera. The only thing you could argue that you need is a microphone, but then you also need a microphone for any other camera. So that doesn't really count. And of course, the sixth reason is if you are a Mac user, if you are in the Apple ecosystem and you have everything from Apple, then you can just export your files via AirDrop. You don't need to mess around with any SD cards. You can just AirDrop your files to your Mac and then edit them there or on your iPad. So these are my 6 reasons why I think the GoPro is a good good vlogging camera, but not the best vlogging camera, because the iPhone is even better. And that's it for today's video.